All right, everybody, I have returned and I did find a happy birthday Bugs for the 50th anniversary. I forgot I had this glass. And yeah, I've just kind of kept it safe and serene, protecting it from any potential breakage as best I can. Curious to see when this actually came out, if it has any. Right, here we go. Let's see, Warner Brothers, 1990. God, that's hard to believe. That is so hard to believe that I've been hanging on to it for that long. I don't know when the last time was I even looked at this thing. But it's like brand new. And so, yeah, Bugs, I'm going to put you right there, my friend, to preside over the presentation for the rest of this Looney Tunesday. And the folders. So, as you could see, the folders look like this being the yellow. And each one has, I do believe, the same illustration on the back. You've got Bugs in his LA Dodgers uniform. Collect comic ball cards to make your own comic books. That's all, folks. MLB officially licensed product, which I just think is great. Collect all three sets, Series 1. So, just to show the red, and then, of course, the green. And the entirety of these cards do make up all three sets. So the cards, they actually come pre-wrapped, or I should say sealed. Makes more sense. And I did open the first batch off screen, but you'll see they're kind of like these bricks. Not like the bricks of cards that stick together. God willing, that's not the case. Don't like those bricks, but these bricks. And off screen, I did take a look-see real quick to determine if they are in numerical order, and I do believe they are. Bugs starts off with card number 1. So we're going to go through the first 9 cards here, and after we go through them, I will go ahead and put them into the album to show you guys what it looks like there. So, of course, how could it not be proper Looney Tunes without Bugs Bunny being at the number 1 spot? Bugs, let's see what it says about you, good sir. Bugs, wearing number 16, it looks like. Born July 27th, 1940, in a wild hare. He throws right. He bats right. PBIs, puns batted in, 487. Batting average. Nothing about Bugs is average. No truer statement has ever been said. Bugs has never been in the minor leagues. Got into baseball when he came up out of his hole in Chavez Ravine. MVB, Most Valuable Bunny, 7 years in a row. Just missed the 8th by a hair. They said it, not me, folks. Bugs holds the record for most bad hop singles. He reached 30 bases, getting hit by a pitch on the ears. Those ears always give him away. Is the only player ever to win an argument with an umpire. And he gave a certain fastball pitcher known as Doc his nickname. Very cool. Ladies All-Stars Dodgers, number 1 goes to Bugs. There you are, sir. Well done, Bugs. Number 2, Daffy Duck. Always vying for the number 1 spot, it seems. Always being foiled by Bugs. Wearing number 17, is that? I didn't pay attention, but I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Born April 17th, 1937 in Porky's Duck Hunt. Hits 258, second in league behind Bugs Bunny. RBIs, I can see where this is going. RBIs 118, second in league behind Bugs Bunny. Doubles 36, second in league behind Bugs Bunny. Triples 15, second in league behind Bugs Bunny. Quote, I hate that rabbit. Won't wear spikes, moves best on wet fields. He's an excellent slider. And Daffy holds the record for most foul balls. I'm so glad they made this set. Makes extra cash by selling hot dogs in the stands, especially during 1988 when he was on strike for higher wages by himself, and during 1989 when he was on the disabled list most of the season with a dislocated beak. Seen that? We've all seen that. Anybody who's watched Looney Tunes for any length of time knows that Daffy has had his share of injuries via the beak. Wonder if it was courtesy of Bugs or Elmer Fudd. I don't know. But card number 3 goes to this guy, Roadrunner. Roadrunner, born September 16th, 1949, fast and furious. Bats right, throws left, runs fast, wins always. Has been known to score a home run on a bunt. Can pitch a ball, pass it in flight, bat it over the fence, then zoom out and catch it. In other words, an all-purpose player. Has the most stolen bases in the league. Second sometimes, only to Speedy Gonzalez, depending on who played last. For the Yankees, the Roadrunner. Yeah, hard to catch up with the Roadrunner, that's for sure. And nobody knows that better than Wile E. Coyote for the Cubbies. Born September 16th, 1949, and fast and furious. Alongside his arch nemesis Roadrunner. Bats right, throws wild. Wins 0. Poor Wile E. Coyote. Losses, don't ask. Received last year's Cy Young Award. Favorite pitches include the Acme Curve, the Acme Slider, the Acme Knuckleball. He is the only pitcher to reach base by being hit by his own pitch. That's outstanding. Wiley holds the record for the most complete games. He never accepts relief. Things looked promising last season until he was put on the disabled list after plummeting 300 feet from the upper deck. Oh, Wile E. Coyote. Sometimes his ambitions and overzealous attempts to catch the Roadrunner get the best of him, as we all know. And that brings us to card number 5, Sylvester. Sylvester. Born March 24th, 1945, in Life with Feathers. Bats right, throws right, catches birds when he can. Originally drafted by the Oakland A's. Good all-around futility infielder. Often uses up all 9 lives in 9 innings. Poor guy. Scores most of his runs while chasing a canary. I wonder who that could be. Loves playing with the Baltimore Orioles. Go figure. Other favorite teams, St. Louis Cardinals, Toronto Blue Jays. See a pattern. Favorite post-game meal? Thuffer and fuckatash. Sylvester. Gotta love some Sylvester. Sorry about that, fellas. Here, I got you. Don't worry. I got you, Wiley. Don't worry. You're not going to plummet 300 feet from the stands. Not on my watch, good friend. As entertaining as that would be. All right. And then next we have Porky Pig. Chilling like a villain on the Braves. Right the first time. Born July 1st, 1935 in I Haven't Got a Hat. Hammed it up as a player. Finished out his brief career as a shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, where he was known as the round mound of grounders. Finally switched to the announcer's booth because it's inter. It's safer up there. Fans love him. He's great on the mic, although often can't finish describing a play until 10 minutes after it's over. It's fantastic. Man, whoever... This is back at a time, you know, when companies would do stuff like this. And in spite of faults of Upper Deck, you know, and I suppose other companies like it, they came out with stuff like this. And they took a chance. Like, they didn't know if this was going to succeed or not. But I guess on the other hand, they made so much money off the baseball cards and other sports cards, they figured, well, what the heck. All right, then the next card, Tweety on the Cardinals. Born August 19th, 1944 in Birdie and the Beast. That is an outstanding title. Height, not much. Weight, negligible. Walks, oh, come now. Birds fly. Began his career with Baltimore Orioles until he was discovered to be a canary. Doesn't like to leave his batting cage, but when he does, he reached 397? Oh, 327 bases on balls, thanks to the smallest strike zone in the league. Yellow feathers keep him from being mistaken for a ball, scores most of his runs when being chased by a cat. On the Cardinals, I wonder what cat they could possibly be referring to there. And then we've got the guy who cracks me up probably the most, Yosemite Sam. Oh boy, his temperament gets him into some predicaments that are just absolutely hilarious. Born April 21st, 1945 in Hair Trigger. Height, short-tempered. Weight, with or without pistols. Throws left, bats right. Shoots frequently. Earned runs, never earned a thing in his life. Rootinest, tootinest pitcher this side of San Francisco. Began his career in the San Quentin Attica Leagues. Yosemite's pitches include the six-shooter sinker, the brushback bomber, and the watch-or-change changeup. His short fuse makes him perfect for short relief. As for warm-up, forget it. He's always overheated. For the Giants, Yosemite Sam. That's an irony. That's great. All right, and last but certainly not least, number 9, the Tasmanian Devil for the Athletics. See what it says about Taz. Born June 19th, 1954 in Devil May Hare. Height, shorter than he looks. Weight, heavier than he looks. Throws right, bats. Make nice hors d'oeuvres. Home runs. When he's home, everyone runs. Entered the league accidentally in a crate of Australian-made fungo bats. Likes wild pitches, spitballs. Prefers natural grass to AstroTurf. It tastes better. Taz switch hits. In fact, sometimes goes from left to right 20 times a pitch. Despite such prowess, he has earned the reputation as the worst interview in sports. Probably eats the microphone. I can just picture him doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so without further ado, I am going to go ahead and place this in the binder, and we'll show you what it looks like momentarily. All right, everybody, so the first 9 cards, as they are presented in the album, each card had the yellow border, so it goes into the yellow album like so, and that is what the little collection of 9 cards looks like there. Not necessarily a comic per se. It doesn't have a singular storyline. So I'm assuming or guessing that maybe that'll come later, if at all. We'll have to find out. But the backs, of course, obviously, tell the stories so you can just flip through. It's really, really cool. And especially for kiddies, but adults can use these too. They have a nice little chart back here. So especially for the higher numbers, a person can look and see, oh, okay, on page such and such, my cards go here. And especially for those who don't have complete sets. If you're building a set, it saves you a whole lot of trouble of knowing what card goes where. I think that's a really cool little touch. Remember to sort your cards with the holograms facing down. So let me know if you guys enjoy the Looney Tunes. I'll continue doing Looney Tunesdays and feature the different cards across the set. And down the road, the different sets of Looney Tunes, for they made several. And I look forward to getting into all of that. But who is your favorite Looney Tune? Do you like this set? Did you have this set when you were a kid? Do you have it now? Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you all very much, of course, for your support as always. I just set that right there. And yeah, if you like this content, of course, feel free, if you wish, to like and or subscribe. The card community is an awesome, awesome community, and I can't thank everybody enough for their support and helping me to be motivated enough to do these videos. I have a lot of fun doing them. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time.